But it's a really high-pressure environment and high stakes and risk, and people's lives are at stake. I imagine that would have been something that was really eye-opening for you as a young person.
And something learning at a very young age that you have a massive responsibility, because at the age of 20, 21, 22, you actually have hundreds of people on the ship, and if you make the wrong turn, unfortunately, people will die. So some of these high-stake environments, for example, we used to work very closely with the American Navy, as you would expect, on the west coast of Canada, and being lifeguard ship behind an aircraft carrier. That's as close as I came to being on one. That is a massive responsibility, because you're there with 20, 30 other ships and the aircraft carrier while it goes wherever it wants to, because depending on the wind is when all my Top Gun friends will be arriving. So you have to be on alert at all times, because should you get in trouble, everybody's in trouble. Navigating the ship into Pearl Harbor at the age of 24, I can tell you from a media perspective, there's one thing, but having all these old, crusty admirals sitting on the thing and watching when a Canadian ship will go into Pearl Harbor, better not be late. So more pressure on that. So being able to cope with that in high-stake environments and having that sense of accountability is something that I really, took on board into this role. Now, we don't have the enemy lurking out there, but if we get it wrong, a lot of people get injured. The other thing is planning and preparation. So you don't just turn up and, drive a ship or move with an aircraft carrier. The amount of planning and rehearsing and doing again until you get it right is something that I thought the Navy did quite well. And it's something that we like doing at Queensland Rail as well, is we plan and replan again before we launch into operations.
And you find you still do that in your day-to-day, that you're doing things over and over and over for that repetition?
Well, just for operations to make sure we get it right. Yeah. One team. So you could be standing on the bridge of a ship, but you're not just a one person, you're part of a team. You've got people in the engine room, you've got people working on weapons, as you do in the Navy. You've got the lifeboat sentry, you've got people in the galley. It is absolutely one team. You can never do anything on your own. And for Queensland Rail, I think one of our values that I'm most proud of is the one team behavior. Because you've got people from across, all 8,000 of us contributing to the same goal.